Do business. Act business. Business matter. That's the business. Business matter. That's the business. Business matter. That's the business. Business matter.
Business does not exist alone. Every business player exists in a society, and we are definite contributors to that society. For us to be successful, it's important that our body, our mind, and our spirit aligns. Welcome to Business Matters, where business definitely does matter. My name is Stephen Ipalibo Lawson.
Business matter. That's the business. Business matter.
Strategic management is a very important area of management which businesses themselves are definitely embarked upon to enable them succeed in their engagement. But it's important for both body, mind, and spirit to align in order for businesses to be successful. Welcome to our business update.
Business matter.
Hey, beautiful. Your eyes, your smile are all begging me to take you home tonight. Now reading page 3. Experience unlimited superfast internet access from Intel 4G.
Intel. Live more.
Business matter.
Professionals from different areas and different sectors help us to be able to understand how principles and theories, as a matter of fact, aligning with practicality helps us to be successful in what we do. Welcome to our professionals segment.
Business matter.
Joining us in the studio is no other person than a Robert Torrent Professor of Strategic Management and Entrepreneurship, a man who has over 39 years learning and work experience in different sectors spanning accounting, consulting, strategic management, corporate leadership, and entrepreneurship, as a matter of fact. He holds an MBA in Strategic Management and Doctor of Philosophy in Strategic Management from BAU. He's a fellow of the Institute of Strategic Management, a fellow of the Chartered Institute of Portfolio Management, a fellow of Chartered Institute of Strategic Managers and Leaders, as well as Chartered Strategic Management and Performance Consultant. He is definitely an accredited consultant of the National Council of Management, which is CMD Nigeria. He's a man who is very passionate about so many things, which includes innovative researches, teaching, writing, strategic church management and leadership, as well as strategic marriage and family, as well as strategic life and career management. Is no other person than Professor Joseph MBA. And today we are going to be exploring the topic, strategic leverages to survive and thrive in today's business environment. You're welcome, Prof.
Thank you very much, Steve.
When I went through your bio, I told myself that it's a huge privilege to have a man of your stature help us to understand how we can be able to survive, especially in this period of crisis. And starting, obviously, I would like to ask, sir, how have you been coping with this crisis reading period, sir?
I am also privileged to meet you.
Thank you, sir.
A meeting that has opportunity is a privileged meeting. So I appreciate you as well.
Thank you.
Now, concerning coping, Steve, we are all in it. And I think, and I believe it so much, that coping is best from inside outside, not from outside inside. It's not by the amount you have, it's not by the environment you live in, it is by what is happening inside you and how you are allowing that to create your world, manage your world, and live in the world you meet. Because environment will continually change, and strategy is such a profession that enables you understand your environment and know what to do. How do you know what to do? It's because your content is right, because your mindset is right, because your paradigm is right, because your attitude is right, because your consciousness is matured, and because you are a meditator on things that are relevant to surviving in every situation, including now.
Now, the question I'm going to ask, because from your portfolio, I realized that you've actually originated over 10 models in strategic management and leadership, including 6 I's of the strategies. Would you like to, educate us what exactly that is all about and how that can help us to be able to, thrive in this period, especially as entrepreneurs, as business people, as employers?
When you have 2 eyes, there's a level and scope you can see. Now, the environment of all time, not just today, means that in the environment we have conditions. We have conditions that you have to be able to understand. These conditions, some of them are threatening, some of them are conducive. You have abilities you have to develop in order to tackle challenges and problems facing you in the environment. You have results that you want to achieve. We call it strategic performance outcome. What do you want to achieve in the environment you are living in? You have destinations to go to. No matter the environment you face, it is important that you have a focal control over where you are going. Otherwise, the environment will derail you. You have strategic issues, and these issues must be separated from what is not strategic. What is strategic is being critical, fundamental to your survival and thriving in all situations. What is strategic is what is futuristic, what your action today can generate tomorrow. What is strategic is something that will impact every aspect of your life if you don't deal with them.
Prof. Samba, one of the things that interests me with your position, and of course, some of the things you are very passionate about has to do with executive coaching and mentoring. We know that the business environment presently is very harsh. I mean, people are either losing their jobs. A lot of the sectors that have been negatively impacted have to begin to redefine and retool their systems in order for them to survive, as the case is. Because a lot of people will tell you this is a period for survival. It's very few business interests that obviously will be thriving at this point in time. Would you say one of the leverages that we can actually embrace as business owners or business people is mentoring at this time? And how can that help us to be able to survive and thrive beyond this period?
If you don't have a person who is like a model to you, you actually don't know the person you want to be. I grew up meeting a man. When I came into strategy, I met a man called Apostle Harford Alili. When I met him, I saw a model in character. I saw a man whose overriding drive was peace. And so I keyed into him. I got close to him. Until he died about 2 years ago, I was passionately close to him. And he began to remodel me. That is mentoring. Mentoring is the transformation that moves from another person as an infusion into another who desired to be changed. That's mentoring. Mentoring attacks character, coaching attacks competence.
Can you say that again? Can you say that again? Mentoring what? That is
affairs character.
Okay.
And coaching affairs competence.
Fantastic. Okay.
Now, in life success, there are 5 major C's that you must obtain. One is competence, another is character, another is connection, another is communion with Almighty. Now, these things you must find in people who have them, and see how you can go close to them, so that by the process of osmotic infusion, by process of transfusion, by process of translation, by the process of transfer, you are changed. Iron sharpeneth iron. That is mentoring.
Well, that is, you put it in a way that I don't think there is any other addition to that. And then what jumped at me is the word relationship. Relationship, as a matter of fact, should be seen not just as an asset, but especially in this period of time, it can become a lever or a leverage which we can basically anchor on to enable us survive and thrive. And, as business people, we have families. Their families, as the case might be, those who are married, those who are single, but yet there are people you have to basically interact with, like you rightly said. How do you see the impact of proper crisis management to how it can help to sustain most marriages? And you and I know that as business people, when a man and a woman's home is not at peace, obviously it's going to impact the business negatively. What are your thoughts on that?
I preach, I talk, I believe, I'm persuaded, and I'm devoted to the fact that until you are happy in your family and marriage, you don't know happiness. And what makes marriage and family get to a point of unity, a point of love, a point of peace, which turns a house into a home. There are factors. There are principles. Principles are fundamental truths of timeless universal application. That you are in London, it does not change. That you are in Nigeria, it does not change. That you are in pandemic, it does not change. You are that in normal situation, pandemic has become a new norm, it does not change. So if you live and marry based on principles of marriage, you can fail. I've been in marriage for about 40 years.
Wonderful.
And I can tell you, I grew up the hard way to now know that there are principles. And I've mentored, I have coached, I have talked about it. Marriage and family is very fundamental, so fundamental that before you marry, you can do all you can do with your career. But as soon as you marry, your family should overtake your career. And in order to make it work, the beginning is compatibility. And people are in a hurry to marry. They don't go back to do the due diligence that people do in business. Due diligence about the background that produce your wife or husband. Due diligence about the compatibility of character of the person you are marrying or married to. Due diligence about the values, the intangibles that he believes in or she believes in. Until you achieve the beginning, which is compatibility, you are not marrying, you are cohabiting.
All right, thank you, sir, because, this is a topic that a lot of us are very passionate about, and we still have 1 or 2 more questions we need to touch before we leave, sir, but we are going to be going on a short break. As soon as we are back, Business Matters continues with Professor Joseph MBA.
Experience unlimited super-fast internet access from Intel 4G.
Intel. Live more.
If you're just joining us, and this is Business Matters, and we've been talking to Professor Joseph MBA, exploring the topic, strategic leverages to help us not just survive and thrive in our business environment, especially within this crisis reading period that we are all facing. And Professor, before we went on that short break, there was a question that has been on my mind, and that has to do with so much that has because when you look at business, for you to be successful in business as an entrepreneur, innovation is obviously going to be taken as a strategic engagement. How can that help most of us in this business, especially in this business environment, to be able to survive this period and still be able to thrive after all of this pandemic is over, sir?
You come into a point and an issue that is actually at the heart of whatever I do, and that is creativity and innovation. Until we begin to live inside out, we cannot be innovative. Until we begin to see as an individual that there's something inside you, inside your mind, a system that is bigger than all the supercomputers all over the world put together, that there's something you can add, and that you were created to add, and that you were designed to add, and that you were called to add, you can't be innovative. Your relevance is tied to innovation. You can live outside in by exploiting opportunity, but that does not replace originality. That does not replace value that you bring in with all your passion and all that you have inside to add to the world. That is innovation.
Now, as innovators, we a lot of people watching this program believe that the insight that again helps them not to just survive but to thrive. And that if we're looking at the idea of inside out as it is, are there step-to-step procedures or processes, or are there certain principles that we need as business people or entrepreneurs that we have to subscribe to enable us to be as creative as we can in order for us to, bring about values and outcomes that will impact the society and at the same time benefit us in terms of income and revenue?
Yeah. Every good innovation brings in revenue. If it does not bring revenue, it brings opportunity, which generates revenue. If it does not bring revenue straight and does not bring opportunity that generates revenue, it saves you what you have. These are outcomes of innovation. And the process of innovation has been established, progressively developed over time. The beginning of innovation is ideation. He must be a man who, by whatever process you know, is able to generate ideas. Ideas, when focused, becomes concepts. So you conceptualize. When you activate concepts, it becomes a pilot or archetype, a model of what you want to achieve outside. When you develop model, it becomes a product or a value. So the process of innovation is established. If you understand it, it works. Now, when you have developed a product, it must be acceptable. And so what do? You diffuse your product. That's where strategic marketing comes in. It must be accepted by those who want to consume it.
I'm not going to let you go without addressing the issue of mental health, especially for small business owners who themselves, like you rightly said, somebody has done so much research over a year and then is coming onto the market. Before the comes out to the market, pandemic strikes. And then, but you like you rightly said, change is not linear. So there has to be some kind of adjustment. What word will you have for especially small business owners in this period where after they have gone in to take a loan and they have, mapped out their marketing output and see that in the next 2, 3, 4 months, they are going to be able to pay back their loans and make a profit. At this point in time, a lot of them may definitely be running, or most of the leaders in these businesses might be going through a spiral or a cyclical movement of depression. What do you have for them?
I thank you. The mind is a thing that people have not explored at all. The mind is the ocean that people have not drunk from at all. The mind is the gold, the treasure that people have not valued at all. The mind is waiting to be used. And once you don't get it right at the foundational level, and the foundational level of good success, the foundational level of lasting success is the mind. Now, these windows of knowledge and understanding must be opened and constantly revitalized in order to make you survive all situations. There's pandemic, there's a failure of business, there's a loan to pay. Sometimes you add to that, there's ill health. Physical disability has nothing to do with mental disability. The worst sickness that can happen to a man is when your mind is taken away by you. Because only you can take away your mind when you are sick. So what am I saying? Let us go back and leverage on the mind. You must learn how to shift your paradigm. You must learn the right attitude to life. You must learn to be matured as a person, to achieve stability from pure dependence on the environment to independence and to move further to stability.
All right.
You must develop a consciousness that makes you, not outside. You are you.
Okay.
I have had business failures.
Oh, that's great. Okay. Prof, I mean, this is amazing because left for me, we are going to be on this show till about late night because a lot of the thoughts you've actually been sharing with us has actually impacted me personally. You can be rest assured that I'm going to build a relationship with you. Certainly, the fact that we need to leverage on the mind as a strategic outlook for us to manage within this period of time and also succeed is something we're going to be taking away, sir. I want to say a big thank you, sir, for joining us on Business Matter. We hope in the future, if we have another opportunity to have you, you will oblige us, sir.
All right, thank you. It's God's gift.
All right,
so
sir.
it has to be given.
Thank you so very much. Viewers, we've been talking with Professor Joseph MBA, and we've been looking at the topic strategic leverages to survive and thrive in today's business environment. Please stay tuned. Business Matters continues.
Business matter. Let's talk business. Business matter.
Strategic management offers us different leverages, just like creativity and innovation does to offer us all of that. We need to be able to survive and go beyond survivor. We must thrive. The moment we're able to manage our mind effectively, we definitely will be able to come up with so many ideas and certain concepts and products as well as values that can make a difference, especially in this crisis-ridden era. Please follow us on all our social media platforms, as this is so much we can bring to you on Business Matters. My name remains Stephen Ipalabo Lawson. Bye-bye for now.